Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyam Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhir Yajatra Sthirai Rangai Stuštavansas Tanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuh Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati'r Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying here Prashnopanishad of the Atharva Veda, and in the answer to the sixth questioner, we are reading the commentary of the third mantra. The question is, though it is asked very indirectly, that where is that Shodashakala Purusha? Where is that Purusha which is called, made of Shodasha, 16 parts, having 16 parts? That Purusha, that reality, where is it? Where to search for it is the question. Where to experience it is the question. And in reply, Pippalada starts by telling, Iheva anta shariresas Purusha. Here itself, in the inner body, is that Purusha. And he is called Purusha with 16 parts. That is what the questioner asked. To which in the reply, Pippalada says, Yasmin eta shodasha kala prabhavanti. That Purusha from which 16 parts emanate. From the Purusha has 16 parts of the question. In answer, he says that Purusha from which 16 parts emanate. Yasmin eta shodasha kala prabhavanti iti. Now, we had a detailed commentary on that, and now that how the kalas come out, that is told in the third mantra. Third mantra, we read again. Sa ikshan chakre kasmin aham utkrante utkranto bhavishyami kasmin va pratisthite pratishthasyami iti. Ikshan chakre is generally wrongly translated as he thought, he willed, but the actual meaning is, third mantra, the actual meaning is he saw. Sa ikshan chakre. Shankar says, ikshanam darshanam. Ikshana is the meaning of ikshana is seeing. Ikshan chakre, that means he did the action of seeing. He saw. He saw is the meaning. And the main thing in this he saw is that he is conscious, or he is made of consciousness. The presence of consciousness. Otherwise, how he can see? So the whole purpose of telling he saw is that he is consciousness. And he created. This is in total opposition to Sankhyas, who think that Purusha, there are many Purushas in Sankhyas, and Purushas do not do anything. The Prakriti, Jada, it consists of 3 gunas. And the 3 gunas are in Samya Avastha, balancing each other. Somehow they get disturbed. And then the first evolute, now that Prakriti itself they call Pradhana. Pradhana word is used because king is there and he does not do anything. Everything for the king, in the name of the king, is done by the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is called Pradhan. So, taking that nomenclature, the Sankhya's called Prakriti as Pradhan. And why Pradhan does all these things? For the Purusha. So, Pradhana creates everything in the presence of Purusha. Purusha does not do anything. Pradhan creates in the presence of Purusha for the experience of the Purusha and for the moksha of the Purusha. Another point of the Sankhya's is that Purusha experiences. Purusha does not do anything, but Purusha experiences. Pradhana does not experience, but it does everything. That is how they think. Now let us go into the psychology of the Sankhya, otherwise the arguments are thousands. Why they think like this? Their system, like physical science in one respect, is based upon observation generalization. That is the only way of their system. And they take as much of the Vedas as corresponds to their intellect. So Buddhi is the Pradhan there, not Vedas. That part of the Vedas which tallies with Buddhi, they will accept, not otherwise. One point. Second point, as I told you, observation and generalization. Now, difference from science, also we should understand. First is that science does not recognize Veda, Veda, anything. No transcendental experience is accepted by Sankhya. They totally deny it, reject it, call it coincidence or by 1,000 names. Secondly, science is stuck up with the 5 senses of man. They do not admit any other source of experience. Understood? Now, all the science that we know is hypothesis upon hypothesis. By the help of 5 senses, they observe certain things. By generalization, they arrived at maybe nuclear particles, this or that. They did not try to see those nuclear particles because they cannot be seen by the 5 senses. They estimated it should be like that, it should be like that, it should be like that. Very exactly, but all estimate. And basing upon that, dark hole, hundreds of things they discovered. Basing upon not a physically verified thing. Understood? So there, some of my friends used to say, where Vedanta has reached, science has almost reached, or science is about to reach. Science has not gone anywhere. Science's feet are fixed in the 5 senses of man. Sankhya, on the other hand, is allied with Patanjali Yoga. So, if by generalization and analyzation, they find out that there are 5 subtler elements than the gross we see, then with the help of yogic power, in Swamiji's words, yoga jo sukshma shakti grahya. So by the power of subtler perception, they will see those 5 elements. If you read Patanjali Yoga Sutras, you will find hundreds of, not hundreds, but several formulas how to see them. And then when they perceive that, then they will undergo more generalization. And they come to mind. For science, mind is a physiological entity in the brain. But mind is not perceptible to our senses. Mind is perceptible to our mind when it has got the subtler powers of perception. So, this is the big difference between physical science and Sankhya. Another difference is that Sankhya also does not believe in God, they also do not believe in God. But Sankhya believes in the Vedas to some extent, as much as we tell you with their buddhi. While science says we don't believe in Vedas. We believe only in our five senses and our research. Now, this is the positive thing. Now, what is the drawback of Sankhya? This observation and generalization always involves and requires duality. I observe you, and he, she, it, and I generalize there is a Purusha. And I is a combination of Purusha and Prakriti. Now, the ultimate pramana for Sankhya is the buddhi. When ultimate pramana is buddhi, buddhi can work only through analysis, division. And so, now buddhi has become very pure by our subtler powers transcending. In that pure buddhi, there is reflection of the Atman. They say all that in Patanjali Yoga Sutras also. Now, that reflection they take as the Purush, that's all. They have no means of going beyond that reflection because buddhi, this is the whole Sankhya. In this connection, let me tell you some more thing. Generally, so-called, I will add, so-called traditionally, it is thought that to understand Vedanta properly, we should first understand grammar, Nyaya, Sankhya, then only we can understand Vedanta. Now, my teachers told me, this way Vedanta is never understood. Once you understand Sankhya properly, means once you understand your brain in the wrong ideology of Sankhya, to understand Sankhya means you put your mind in that rut. That mind never comes out of that rut. So in Vedanta also you start analyzing Jada Chetan, and we do not go beyond that. While Vedanta in many places appears to analyze Jada and Chetan, but when questioned, I will quote a direct incident, though it is everywhere. In Shankaracharya's Aparokshanubhuti, you can note down. It starts with analyzation of Jada and Chetan. Then the question is asked. Question is raised by Shankar himself. Are you going to be like the Sankhya's? And he replies, no. Today, we are unable to see the Chetan at all. And so, we are analyzing that which is the obstruction. Once we perceive the Chetan, we will tell you the Jada does not exist. Or it is the appearance of that Chetan through names and forms that we call Jada. So they turn the whole table. Understood? So that step is never taken by the Sankhyas. Another thing, Sankhyas are highly devoted to, I will say, cause and effect. And Vedanta denies cause and effect in toto. When I was a student in the Probationers Training Center at Belur, our principal, I don't remember his son's name, Bhava Maharaj, was very fond of telling Sankhya, next step is Vedanta. Now, in our examination, I wrote a thesis like posing the question. We have heard hundreds of times Sankhya, next step is Vedanta. My question is, centuries have gone. Why Sankhya philosophers have not taken that step? We, the students of philosophy, leave Sankhya behind and go to Vedanta. But Sankhya philosophers have never taken that step. Sankhya itself, you may say, has never taken that step. Why? And because Sankhya believes in cause and effect, I have every right to ask why. And let us see how Sankhya originates. Otherwise, you can never understand. To understand a thing, we must go to its origin. Ishwar Krishna's Sankhya Karika is taken to be the standard work on Sankhya. And we were taught that in training center in our time. So it tells us, I may not be able to quote that Karika exactly, Dukkha Trayabhigatat, Tad Apaghatake Hetu. Man is attacked by very vast generalization, not known to science. That man is continuously being attacked by three types of miseries. Adhyatmik, Adibhautik, Adidevi. Analysis, wonderful. Generalization, wonderful. Adhyatmik means belonging to his own body and mind. Adibhautik means belonging to outside nature, consisting of Jada Prakriti, animals, and other human beings. And Adidaivaka means supernatural, which you do not understand, suddenly they happen. So these type of miseries are inevitable in man's life. Tad apaghatake hetu. What will cure them? The medicine we went to search. Then, in this world, there is no medicine. But people tell us, Vedas tell us, Sankhya accept that if you go to Swarga, it is all happiness, no misery. Swarge cha prapta chet, if it had been available in Swarga, satishaya yukta. In Swarga, there is a glaring defect. And that everything there is that there is somebody superior to me. So that element of jealousy will never allow you to be happy. Indra is the king of gods. All that is accepted by Sankhya. But Indra thinks that people honor Brihaspati more because he is wiser and he has teacher. Brihaspati thinks I am the teacher. But people obey Indra because he is the king. So right from the start, Sargalok has many levels. So there are higher and higher. So the solution is not possible by going to Sarga. Okay. Then they try to analyze. And they say, Vyakta, I am not telling the whole Karika, there are some missing words, but I am referring to that Karika. Vyakta, Vyakta, Ga, Vijnanat. Vyakta plus Avyakta plus Ga. Vyakta, 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 Ga, Vijnanat. So that problem of misery will be solved if we get the experiential knowledge of what is this manifested world, Vyakta, and what is behind it, Avyakta, Prakriti, and what is the Purusha or consciousness. If we understand the difference and the different natures of these three types of quantities, our misery will go away.
Vyakta and Avyakta. Vyakta and Avyakta.
Vyakta, Avyakta, Gya.
Consciousness is...
Huh?
Vyakta
is the world.
Avyakta is...
Avyakta Prakriti.
And
Gya is Purusha.
Yes.
Now, suppose we know, according to the Sankhya's, Vyakta, Avyakta and Purusha. And we are concerned only with the removal of misery. So at that point, we feel our misery is gone. We feel our misery is gone, but it is not gone. If you are hungry, somebody gives food. I feel all right. But again, you feel hungry. So, a feeling of misery having gone arises. But it can never be permanent. And they believe that if the Purusha is unattached to Prakriti, all this is gone because he has become aware that I am not Prakriti. On this, the great sage Gaudapada says, note down, Gaudapada's Karika. Anumatrepi vaidharme, Anumatrepi vaidharme, Jayamane vipaschitaha, Jayamane vipaschita, Asangata sada nasti. Asangata sada nasti. Kimuta varna chuti. Kimuta avarna chuti. Kimuta varna chuti. If we accept slightest difference between any two things in this world, me and other Purusha, me and Prakriti, Anumatripi, then unattachment will not be permanent. Or you may say permanent unattachment will not be there.
If we assume slightly difference.
If we accept slightest difference between me and you, between me and Prakriti, then permanent unattachment will not be there. Two are there, no? So I will become attached sometime. It is not possible to have permanent non-attachment if you accept slightest difference. Well, Vedanta does not admit any difference at all. There is one without a second reality. Everything else is appearance. Sankhya's whole Prakriti to be as real as Purusha. Okay? Next point. If permanent unattachment is not there, how the covering of knowledge will go away? Avarana chuti, kimuta, impossible. So both Sankhya and Vedanta accept knowledge is our nature, but it is covered. And when that covering goes away, we know everything. So how covering will go away if permanent unattachment is not there? This, by one karika, Gaudapada rejected Sankhya.
This is which karika? From where? In Sankhya?
This may be in the third or fourth chapter. Mandukya karika, only Gaudapada has not done anything else. Okay. But they feel it has gone. Another point of big difference between all dualistic schools of Indian philosophy as well as Western and Advaita Vedanta is their epistemology. Epistemology means how we know, the analysis of the means of knowledge. Take an example from science. In optics, for example, we are taught a diagram is made. This is an object. And from that object, rays have gone into my eyes. And then some sensation has gone in my nerves. And that has gone to my mind or brain, whatever you call it. And then there is a reaction in my buddhi. This is how science or Sankhya explain Pratyaksha Praman. There is a book, you note down. Sometimes I told that book. Philosophical Aspects of Modern Science. Philosophical Aspects of Modern Science by C.E.M. Joad. Joad. C-E-M Jod. Now he is asking, nobody has seen the rays. Rays can never be seen. If you think rays of the sun we are seeing the dust particles lighted by the rays. Nobody has seen the reactions. So what we are aware of, only the reaction in our mind. So it becomes idealism again. We do not know, nobody can prove that there is an external world at all. Because we are aware of our reaction of the mind, we are not aware of the world external. This is C.M. Jod. Okay? Now take Vedantic epistemology. Brahman is all consciousness. We have a psychosomatic system, unit, physical mental unit. On that, the consciousness, the ray, or whatever you call it, the consciousness touches it, reflects on it, or whatever you call it. Immediately it becomes bipolarized. One pole is I consciousness. And then there is a wave, bipolar wave. Now the other end of the wave can remain in the mind or go through some sense organ to the outside world. Now suppose it has gone through my eyes and there is an object and that ray has covered that object. And because everything is consciousness, so that object also has consciousness. Now my consciousness through the wave has touched that consciousness of the object. And this pole is I. I say, I know that thing. I see that thing because it has gone through the eyes. If it goes through the ears and catches something, I will say, I hear. This is the Vedantic explanation of direct perception. Totally at variance from all other systems of the world.
How do the dualists...
Once you are able to catch it, you will see it is so direct. Now, suppose it remains in the mind. We have happiness, we have misery. Science will call it subjective, this, that. Array, you have to explain. Nobody takes that as direct perception. Vedanta takes that also as direct perception. The other end of the wave has not gone out through any senses. In the mind there is happiness and misery. And it has seen that. It has touched that. So the object is happiness or misery. And the other end of the wave has touched that or taken that shape. So I know that I am happy, I am miserable is a direct perception. Outside man does not come to tell me that you are happy. Okay. So this is the Vedantic idea of direct perception. Anyway, I will not discuss further now. So the problem is why there is an error by the Sankhyas. Now, in the discussion which we'll read today, they make a difference. Now, suppose Atman enjoys something. Has it gone to some Vikriya or not? Huh?
Atman doesn't go any change.
Then how it enjoys?
Atman, it's the reflection.
Sankhya says Atman enjoys, though it does not do anything. That is the whole problem, no? So if Atman does not undergo any Vikriya, how does it enjoy? That is Vikriya without any change, like that they will say. It is Vikriya within, not outside. Vikriya without, that is the discussion following today. And Pradhana does everything. For whom? For Atman. Pradhana does not experience. Atman does not do anything. Because doing anything is a gross Vikriya. And Pradhana undergoes all the Vikriya. Jada. Prakriti to Pradhan, Pradhan to Mahat, Mahat to this to this, body, Indriyas, or everything.
Because I'm not aware about Sankhya much, but in Sankhya, there are multiple Purushas.
Yes.
But is there any central Purusha also?
No Ishvara, no Samashti, no central Purusha. They say, if God created this world, is God perfect or imperfect? If God is imperfect, He cannot create the world. If God is perfect, why will He create the world? What is the Vedantic answer to this? You asking why to God is wrong. You are putting your own limitations on God. Gautpada will tell you, Deva Shesha Swabhavoyam Atma Kamasya Kapraspura. If his desire is himself only, then why he has any other desire? It is his nature to appear through names and forms. You cannot challenge that. Understood? So there is no, that is the main problem with Patanjali. That the Kaivalya supposed by him, if Vedanta tells there is a common Purusha, then this I will merge in that. They will say, I am dead. I don't want. Gautpada points out that. Understood? So that is the great problem. So Shankaracharya is telling this mantra, Sa Ikshan Chakre. He thought, let us say thought, saw, whatever, functions of consciousness. In the previous mantra itself, Kasmin Prati, here itself. What shall I create first? If it goes away, I will also have to go away. If it stays, I will also stay. Like that, what should I create first? This he thought or he saw. He saw. Who saw? Eva anta sharire somya purusha yasmin eta shodasha kala prabhavanti. So God is the creator. And for creating his consciousness, so Shankar says that is the answer to all the Sankhya theories, because they don't accept Pradhan as consciousness. Then how can Pradhan create? Understood? Now let us read. Huh? So I have seen the direct meaning. So Ikshan Chakra. Huh? And we had read a lot of commentary on the previous class. And we come to this. There is a shloka in between, we see. Turn 2 pages. Vivadat seva nikshipya virodhod bhava karanam. And shlok. Up to that we had read. We need not go through that again. And there Shankar asked this fundamental question, which we have discussed already. Kimcha bhoktrutva kartrutvayor vikriyayor vishesha anupapatti. Kimcha means moreover. He has given several reasons. And now he says moreover. Bhoktrutva and kartrutva. Both are vikriyas. What is the difference between them? Or anupapatti. Through logic, we cannot find out any difference between the vikriya of bhoktrutva and kartrutva. That is how he puts it. Bhoktrutva also is vikriya, kartrutva also is vikriya. That question further he elaborates. Ka nama asau kartrutva jatyantara bhuta bhoktrutva vishishta vikriya. What is this difference from kartrutva? Name bhoktrutva. Category jatyantara. Categorically different vikriya. Yato bhokta eva purusha kalpante. By which the Sankhya's imagine that Purusha is only Bhokta, na Karta, is not Karta, because no Vikriya. So what is the difference between two Vikriyas? Categorically. Pradhanam tu Kartara eva na Bhoktra iti. And Pradhan is only Karta, not Bhokta. So tell us what is the difference category between the Kartrutva Vikriya and Bhoktrutva Vikriya. It is illogical according to us. Now Sankhya's try to explain. We have discussed all these points already. Nanu uktam purusha chinmatra eva. We are told that Purusha is only Chaitanya. Such a swatmastho vikriyate. Within himself he goes under vikriya. Bhunjano, while enjoying. While enjoying or experiencing, within himself he undergoes vikriya. He sees, he feels, he smells. These are different things. Na tattvantara parinamena. He does not change its nature. And then this type of vikriya is not there. Gold becoming silver type of vikriya is not there. You may compare in science, fusion. In the molecule, some difference is there, not outside. Pradhanam tu tattvantar parinamena vikriyate. Where pradhana undergoes change of its very nature. Pradhana nature and world nature is different. So it undergoes change of nature. And while changing, ato, anekam, so many, ashuddham, achetanam, chet, cha iti, adi, dharmavat tad viparita purusha. So this is categorically different. Purusha undergoes vikriya inside, does not change its nature. Pradhana changes its nature. That is the difference. Shankar says, Naso Vishesho Vangmatratva. These are words only. It has not shown any difference. Inside or outside changes, no? So inside changes and it has not changed its nature. Prag detail. Prag bhogotpatte kevala chinmatrasya purushasya bhoktritvam nama vishesho bhogotpatte kale che jayate nivrutte che bhoge punastad visheshad apeta chinmatra eva bhavati iti. So Purusha is only Chinmatra. But there is a speciality called Bhoktrutva, enjoying. And when that Bhog is born, that Bhoktrutva comes in it. And when Bhog is gone, Bhoktrutva goes away. Is this not a Vikriya? Tad Visheshad Apeta means something special had grown in him, that goes away. Chinmatra eva bhavati, and it becomes Chinmatra. It is Chinmatra, but something Vishesh had grown in him called Bhoktrutva. And then after Bhog is over, that goes away and it becomes Chinmatra.
Since the Purusha here, according to them, is undergoing changes within, which means that within the Purusha there are several components which are changing. So that means that Purusha in itself is not the subtlest thing. There is something subtle than Purusha which is changing within Purusha. So this may...
If Purusha changes within, then to say that it is unchanging is nonsense. That's all. Okay. Puna, this one side. Other side, Pradhanam Swarupena Avatishtate. No, no. Bhavati iti chet Mahadadi. Acha. Eva bhavati iti. Chet Mahadadi akarena cha parinam Pradhan. Pradhan changes into Mahad, universal mind. Parinamya tato apetya, then it gets rid of that. Puna pradhanam bhavati. In pralaya kala, all this goes back to Prakriti. Swarupena avatishtate. Iti asyam kalpanayam na kinchid vishesh. We do not find any difference between these two imaginations. Vangmatrena pradhana purushor vishishta vikriya kalpan. So it is only tongue which has created this difference of ideas. Now they want to refine their philosophy, or this is called in philosophical language dialectics. That means somebody opposes your theory. Then you improve that theory. Then still somebody opposes, still you improve. Both philosophies go on changing with each other. That is called dialectics in philosophy. अथ भोग काले अपि चिन्मात्र एव प्रागवत पुरुष इति चेत्. If we say while enjoying also, Purusha is only consciousness. न तरी परमार्थ तो भोग पुरुषस्य. Then in reality there is no bhog. If in bhog, enjoyment, Purusha is only consciousness, then bhog is an appearance. Really, paramartha to, there is no bhog. If there is no vikriya, then there is no bhog. You have to make your mind settle to understand this. Feel it. भोगकाले चिन्मात्रस्य विक्रिया परमार्थ एव तेन भोग पुरुषस्य इति चेत्. Now we'll say, all right, Purusha does change. It's trying in Bhogakale. That is how he enjoys. Vedanta is following his logic now. Now, pradhanasyapi bhogakali vikriyavatvat bhoktrutva prasanga. Pradhan also changes. When Purusha is enjoying, Pradhan also is changing. Then Pradhan also is enjoying. If you say it's changing is real and is enjoying, then what is the difference in Pradhan? Pradhan also changes, so it is also enjoying. Chinmatra seva vikriya bhoktrutvam iti chet. Well, Chinmatra changing is bhokta. औष्ण्यादि असाधारण धर्मवताम अज्ञादीनाम अभोक्तृत्वे हेतु अनुपपत्ति. We take something material, Agni. Agni and Ushnata. So then Agni also enjoys. Inside Vikriya and enjoyment, so Agni also appears to change when it burns something. So we shall say Agni also enjoys. Sankhya's do not accept that. Vedanta accepts Agni Devata. Understood? That is the big difference. For Sankhya, Agni is material. Then you will say Agni also enjoys. Pradhana Purushayor Dvayor Yugapad Bhoktruttam iti chet. Now imagine, Acha, Pradhana also enjoys. Pradhana and Purusha together enjoy. In the physical world, man and woman. Na, Pradhanasya parartha anupapattehe. Defeating or showing the defect through their own logic. Another system of Sankhya which is accepted by Vedanta also. Sanghata pararthatvat. That means it's a part combination, then it is for something else. Now you say that Pradhan is doing for Purusha. Now how you can say Pradhan also enjoys? This is a great psychological point. No, you will never understand that. I suggest if for any time you get time, the author's name is some we found that day. There is a book called Knots. Poems showing psychology of woman. Anyway. So, Pradhana is working for others. This is destroyed where Pradhana also enjoys. Is it not? So you stand at some point, nahi bhoktror dvayor iterator guna pradhana bhava upapaddate prakashayor iterator prakashane. Now which is main? Who mainly enjoys? Who is main? You cannot find out. If two lights are illuminating each other, which is main, you cannot find out. So this Prakriti also enjoys, then Pradhana's parartha goes away. Don't say that Pradhana enjoys a little and Purusha enjoys more, because you cannot find this difference. Still one more they will find. Bhoga dharmavati sattvangini chetasi Purushasya chaitanya pratibimbodayo avikriyasya purushasya bhaktritvam iti chet. Actual analysis, huh? There is chitta. Cheta is our mind, huh? And enjoyment is there in cheta. Now, it has become sattvic. And in that, Purusha Chaitanya is reflected. If this is Purusha's bhoga, then Purusha has not undergone any vikriya, isn't it? How it is Purusha's bhoga? Huh? Understood this point? Mind is pure. Purusha reflects in it. And because it is Sattva Gunatmak, so pleasure comes. This is Purusha's bhaktritva. Sankhya is telling. Now, Purushasya Vishesha Abha. So, in Purusha has not become Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. It is mind only which has become. So, what is the bhaktritva? What has happened to Purusha, you tell us? Its reflection has gone, and that is what we are telling. So, this bhaktritva kalpana has not produced any idea. Anarthakam, meaningless. Purusha enjoys is meaningless. Bhogarupasya anartha purushasya nasti sada. Nirvisheshatvat purushasya kasya apnenartha mokshasadam shastram praniyate. So in Purusha there is no bhaktritva. So Purusha is never miserable. So removing what you have brought your Shastras? You say your Shastra has come to remove the misery which Traya enjoys. So that is not in Purusha. Then for what is your Shastra? Removing which misery is your Shastra? Because Purusha has no misery. This is very clear Vedantic logic. Huh? You have to change your mind accordingly, not simply logic. Atman has no sukha dukkha. If you can come to this point, all misery is gone automatically. Misery is due to wrong understanding. That's all, not due to anything else. Wrongly mixing Purusha with these things. Avidya adharopita anartha apnayana shastrapanenam iti chet. If you say that Shastras have come to remove our wrong knowledge, Paramartha to Purusho Bhokta eva na karta. Pradhanam karta eva na bhoktra. Paramartha sadvastu anantaram Purushat cha iti ayam kalpana agama bahya vyartha. If you say Shastras have come to remove our wrong knowledge, this is wrong knowledge. So Purusha is only Bhokta, not Karta. Pradhana is only Karta. This Kalpana has become useless then. Three bad words he uses. Agama Bhaya, Vyartha, Nirhetuka. This Kalpana is outside Vedas, useless and without any logic. Cha iti nadartavya moksha. So mokshas do not take this Kalpana. Okay. Now, Sankhyas will bring another point that if we say all is one, then what is Shastra? Understood? Answer really, if all is one, there is no Shastras, we also accept. To realize all is one is the Shastras. Understood? That big difference. Huh? So this is the next Today, because we discuss some fundamentals of Sankhya, which is very necessary to clear the all doubts. So we'll read the remaining next time. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunayama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshabhir Yajatra Sthirairangai Stuštavamsas Tanubi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayu Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.